Null in the void. Hey everyone, this is the second episode of my podcast, Null in the Void. I'm Null, this is my good friend Chase, aka Bored Operator. They just released a new album. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I sure can. I put out my second record, Life of a Dustmite, on Friday. And I think I took a little long putting it out. Like, I probably should have, I don't know, like, I should have sped it up. No, okay, sorry.
We have ADHD. Yeah. I have ADHD.
We both have ADHD, which is pretty bad. But I kind of hyper obsessed over this record, especially because I didn't really like how the first one came out.
Why?
It just didn't sound good. I was terrible. I didn't know how to produce at the time. Like, it was during the pandemic.
Oh.
I started this when, like, I couldn't practice my band, and I moved to St. Pete, and I had no other outlets. So I was like, I didn't even have an interface at the time. I was literally, like, recording, like, just straight into my amp, like, my phone, like, my garbage Samsung, whatever. I still have it. Like, I still
check this out, guys.
I recorded the whole first album pretty much with the microphone on this phone right here. And so it didn't sound very good until I got an interface and learned how to mix slightly. But yeah, so that record came out kind of cool, but kind of bad. Like, it had its unique qualities, but it's a bad album. But so I wanted to take this record a lot more seriously. And focus more on songwriting, because the first one I was just kind of dicking around a little bit. Like, I was making a lot of ambient music at the time, so I was just basically writing pop songs and then just putting like a ton of ambient over it. So I was doing that, and then I decided to like kind of strip a lot of things back a lot more and just focus on songwriting for this one. And I wrote 45 songs for this record.
That's a lot.
It's not 45 songs long. You can, like, listen to it. I'm not pulling a Drake, you know. I'm not, like, bloating my albums. But I wrote 45 songs for it because I, like, each cycle of the record, I just kept throwing away. It's like, first it was a post-rock record. Like, all, like, these long, 11-minute long tracks. Post-rock record. Scrapped all of those cuts. And then it became, like, an electronic pop. Like a dream pop, art pop kind of record. I scrapped most of those cuts. And then I kind of settled on a sound that's a mix of both, plus like slowcore. And that's when things really started to click. Like, around the beginning of this year is when I really started to write all my best material that actually made the record. So it's 12 tracks, and it kind of blends the lines between those three worlds. There's not a lot of electronic compared to the first record, but long story short, I think this album's good compared to the last one. I think the first one kind of sucked, but this one I actually think is good, so that's good. But
what do you think, if you had to put three feelings that you felt, like three emotions that you felt while making this album, what would the emotions be?
Joy, anger.
Why?
Or joy, stress. Because
so joy, stress, and anger. Three different.
No, stress twice. Stress trumped joy.
That's a lot of stress.
Yeah, because basically when first making the songs, I felt really happy because I was like, this is a hit, baby. This is a good song. This is going on there. And then, then you had to mix it. And that's when I really had to, sit with the record. I had to really, sit with it for a while and, actually, hear these songs over and over and over again. So I got what, most people would call, demo-itis or ear fatigue, where you just hear the song so many times that at first you think it's awesome. And then towards the 30th time of remixing it, trying to make it sound as good as you can, you just want to throw it away. And there's some songs that definitely got lost that I threw away because I just never wanted to hear them again, even though they're good songs. So who knows, they'll probably show up somewhere else in the next record or next EP or whatever, or a single down the line when I feel like listening to it again and feel like actually making it as good as it can be. But for the time, just for my own sanity, I just took it out.
So you had 45 songs total.
Yes.
How many songs actually made the cut to the album?
Well, 12. You know, it's 12
Okay.
tracks. So, what is that? 33 didn't make it. So there's about 3 albums worth of material, and I'd say like 1.5 legitimately good albums that's still just kind of on my hard drive waiting to, you know, see the light of day, which maybe it will, maybe it won't.
You should start an OnlyFans just for your unreleased music to have a home and release
That's
like
a
2
good idea.
months.
I heard some. Oh my god, who said this? Oh my god, I'm thinking about someone who said like there should be an it was Hive Mind. I was watching Hive Mind. They said there should be like an OnlyFans creator who just is like a poet, and it's just mind-blowing poetry on OnlyFans.
If you would subscribe to Chase's OnlyFans to hear these songs, you should drop a comment. It'll be
And like dick and balls too. I'll throw in like dicks
You
and
know,
balls, and not
that
my
might
own,
be-
just like ones that I find that I
I
admire.
think that's illegal.
What?
You
Yeah,
can't
well, no.
upload, you can't
Well, I guess
upload
that
other
is
people's
kind of
stuff.
stealing, but like if it's like free domain, like I'll go to Creative Commons dick and balls, you know that's stuff that's like commercially licensed for anyone to use.
It might be pay-per-view though.
Yeah.
So just a heads up.
I won't pay. You don't gotta pay. Yeah, like maybe I'll do like a Patreon thing or something like that. But I'll make it free, cause I just like I don't care too much.
You make it like $1 at least.
$1? Nah, just I don't know. Just have them. Here's some songs. You gotta keep them on the house. I don't even charge for my own music. Like on Bandcamp, I don't charge. Like it's all pay what you want. Cause I mean, one thing I've noticed is like a lot of my friends, they'll put out music and they'll put like nothing against them. They deserve the money. They all deserve the money. Everyone who puts money on their Bandcamp, you should buy it. If it's good music, like my friends, like I know they have a lot of really good music. You should buy their stuff. It's worth it. But and they deserve it. But I've noticed like if you have a pay what you want, more people listen, more people download, and more people are willing to just give you money. More people are willing if it's like free, because then they can like be like, I feel like giving you $20. Even though I like if I ask for $20, everyone's gonna be like, go fuck yourself, you know. Not $20 for digital download. That's crazy. But like sometimes people will just be generous and want to buy my album for $20, and I appreciate them for that. So thanks to them.
What's the most you ever got? If you're comfortable sharing, what's the most you ever got like for a digital download on Bandcamp?
I think I told you about it. We were with, it was Joe.
Oh yeah,
Joe gave me $50 for a single.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Joe. Like that made my day. Like it's not even about the $50. I needed the $50. I'm broke right now, so like $50 was helpful. But like that felt nice. Thanks, Joe. Everyone go listen to Joe's music too.
Yeah.
Was it Gash Blaster?
Yeah.
Is that Gash Blaster? Yeah, you just put out an EP and it was
No,
really fun.
this actually, we're just gonna turn this into a podcast about how much we love Joe.
Yeah, I could make this whole podcast about bands and artists that I'm friends with that you should listen to over my album.
I should mention
honestly.
that you're based in. Do you consider yourself based out of St. Pete since you play most shows there?
Kinda.
Okay.
Like the thing is like if I'm like the only time I'm based out of Sarasota is if I'm doing Piss Girl shows, because that's just me. But like when I was doing Bored Operator shows, I would say we were based out of Tampa or St. Pete, because that's where like the backing band's from. You know, they're all over up there. I'm the only one down here. So like I mean they're my tunes, but like if we're going by odds, you know, if there's 5 people in the group or 4 people in the group, you know, I'm the only one from Sarasota, so to say we're based in Sarasota would be a lie.
So what is this album about? The album is called Life of a Dustmite.
It's called Life of a Dustmite. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that there's not a huge concept. It's more of an abstract concept.
For somebody who wrote like 45 songs, there's got to be something going on.
Okay, there is roughly a concept, but sorry. It's not like a wall.
Never be sorry for hydrate. Everybody who's watching this
hydrate.
or listening to this, you should drink some water right now.
Glug,
Drink the
glug.
fucking water.
Drink the
Look, I'm gonna
fucking
drink.
glug. We'll drink it with you. Here, you don't gotta be afraid. It's just water. It's not gonna hurt you. And look at that. It's still got ice in it. You can see all the ice crystal particles, like all the... Doesn't that look good? It's got like the condensation. Nothing looks better in this world than a glass of water with condensation on
Nothing
the outside.
like it.
Nothing like it. I'll tell you that for free. There's nothing in this world more appealing looking than condensation on a cup of water. Just looks so drinkable.
Is that what your album's about?
Kinda. No.
That was what sparked it. You were just like, this is a really nice cup. I should make an album about Dustmites.
It's a good looking cup. Dustmites can't get on that. It's too wet. They'll slide right down.
That's the life of a
Slide
Dustmite.
right down. Yeah, no, they're just trying to get a sip. But
Whenever I think of life of a Dustmite, I kind of imagine, like, was it A Bug's Life?
A Bug's Life? But it's on a more microscopic scale.
Yeah, it's like the one that's like kind of the social reject, like hopping on a train, just like...
Yeah.
Like,
getting squished by all the other bugs because he's so much smaller.
this is my life now.
This is my life.
Okay, so life of a Dustmite. What went on in your brain to get that concept? Like, how did you come up with that name? What are the songs about?
Well, for the most part, I like dust mites. I think they're interesting. I think it's like they serve such an integrally useless purpose. They're so pointless, and I was in a very nihilist state when I was towards the end of making it because I was like I just got canned from this really nice job. I was working in like tech, and I was making like good money, and then the business went under. And I was in this very aimless state, and I still am. So like most of the songs came from me being in between that job and then going back, like being excited to be out of like the whole churning, like just like, oh God, what's the word? Just like
Butter.
What is it?
Butter?
Yeah, butter. No, I was just really happy to be out of like the whole service kind of world.
Yeah.
You know, like I was done like working in restaurants, and I was like, finally, like this is like a job, and I can build a resume with it. And then I just kind of like was there for a month. The business went under, and I got snapped right back into like I was a delivery driver. I'm still a delivery driver. So a lot of it was like thinking like my purpose right now feels pointless. You know what else is kind of pointless? Dustmites. So I just was like writing from like a state of like of being like purely unsatisfied and kind of wallowing in it. Like there was a lot of like, you know, just like this is what it is. I'm unsatisfied and I provide nothing. So a lot of those songs are just about feeling like unsatisfied and providing nothing. And you know, that kind of like a dustmite. So like the life of a dustmite kind of represents just feeling, you know, useless. So, like, that's really nihilistic. But, like, there's some happy songs on there. The first song's about my girlfriend. The first song's about Lizzie.
Shout out Lizzie.
Tagine Pickle.
I get so paranoid. I'm always like, it shut off. The EMP is hit and all my electronics are off. But everything is good.
I think everything's going all right. Who?
Yay, chicken lady.
Yay, chicken lady. We have, oh my God, we can't see it. Right.
Maybe I'll edit in a picture.
There's a sign that says "Caution, Crazy Chicken Lady," and it's just a bunch of chickens and a silhouette of a bitchin' hot babe with a semi-automatic rifle.
Yeah, maybe I'll edit in a picture right here.
Yeah, it'll be right there.
And
nice,
if you're listening just on audio, you can imagine it in your head.
You can picture it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good photo, huh?
Okay, so Life of a Dustmite. I mean, for somebody who says that you didn't have a lot of concept going into the album, it sounds like you did.
It was more subconscious. Like, I just, like, the thing is like, with a lot of my songwriting, it's really subconscious. I don't really know what a lot of my songs mean until I listen back to them. Like, I kind of freeform jot lyrics. And, like, there's not a lot of rhyming patterns. There's not a lot of anything. It's more just, like, an explosion. It's like it's not word vomit because it all makes sense. But it's a vomit of emotions that I will just like jot on a page. And a lot of time I'll start like, what am I gonna write? And then it just comes out really frantically. Like if you look at any like lyric sheets of mine, good luck reading it. You can't read it because it's like I'm just so frantically trying to get all these words out because they're just just spewing out that I don't care about legibility because I know what I'm saying. So a lot of it comes like that, and then I find vocal patterns and I sing them and I do harmonies, and only then will I be able to decode what I actually wrote. And a lot of time it's like it's kind of an interesting way to do it. Like, there's not a whole lot of thought that goes into it, but a whole lot of thought comes out of it, if that makes sense. So yeah, so it's all very subconscious.
It's kind of like a psychedelic state of mind where like you're like and then like if you'll look at it the next day and be like, what? And then you decode it and you're like, damn, like
yeah.
This
like a dream or something.
Yeah,
like when you think of, like, in the dream, you're like, that made no sense, and then you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I was doing this yesterday, I was thinking about this person
like
yesterday.
I'm on something, huh? Like I'm on to something, not on something.
I'd be on it. I'd be on the REM sleep. This. No, sorry. Yeah, you can cut that part. I don't know. No, you don't.
Oh, it's
cut
a podcast.
Anything.
Yeah.
You don't cut anything.
No, it's a podcast.
This is straight off the dome.
It's raw and authentic.
This is straight off the dome.
I wonder what people are doing while they're listening to this. Like, they could be pooping or working.
Are you pooping?
If you're pooping, I can.
Are you pooping?
I know it.
How do you wipe?
I'm a snippet.
How do you wipe people at home? Back to front, front to back?
You know what? Okay.
I hope it's front to back. I swear to God, I really hope.
The people who have their toilet paper like facing like whatever it's against is like, I don't know how the fuck you even describe that. Like the way people put on their toilet paper onto the little rod when it's facing like the wall, like if I have to go underneath to pull out the toilet paper, I don't trust you. Like it needs to be over the top.
Oh, I don't. It's facing the wall.
What the fuck?
You can go ahead and not trust me.
I'm leaving.
All right. Well, I mean, here's the thing.
That was Null in the Void episode 2.
When that argument was going on, I was like, I could give a shit. There's no reason to give a shit about the way the tissue paper is coming out preference.
I just feel like it's more like
the bigger conversation is front to back, back to front. That's the real conversation, because it's like, if you're going back to front, you're the worst.
You're getting a UTI.
Evil, you're giving yourself a UTI.
Yeah.
Then I don't want to go to your house. But if you're going back, like, front to back, we can be dogs. We can be dogs and a half.
The people listening
chill.
that go back to front are like, damn.
Yeah, real back to fronters are really rethinking things.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that you have to, but you should not do that.
This message brought to you by front to backers. We gotta represent that.
Do you think Dustmites wipe their ass?
I don't think they wipe.
With their little hands.
I don't think they wipe.
I don't even know what a Dustmite looks like.
Really?
I don't think I've ever seen one.
If you look one up, they look fucking stupid. They look so weird. They look like translucent elephants with like 8 legs. They're the most hideous looking things in the world. They got like weird trunks.
I'm gonna put a picture of one right here.
Yeah, put one right here.
It up in editing.
Ain't that shit gross? Ain't that shit terrible?
I don't know what it looks like yet, but I'm looking at it, and
yeah.
I don't know what I think about
Pretty
it.
bad. Pretty bad. It's not good. That's not good.
They have no purpose. They're already struggling enough. Like, they can't handle it. They don't control what they look like, okay?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They're already struggling enough.
I feel like I came unprepared. I feel like I should have been wearing a pickle suit. Right?
I was gonna bring mine, but then I was like, you know what?
Dog. Look, if we had all the time to set this stuff up, this stuff took us a minute to set up. I could have so ran to the bathroom and thrown on the pickle costume.
Pickle costume is so easy to put on.
Exactly. Like,
except for the mantra you have to say whenever you put it on.
What do you have to is like a ritual pickle thing?
Yeah, you gotta you have to kind of initiate yourself into it. You have to summon the forces from the higher powers and whatever you believe in. Any god will endorse the pickle suit, but you just have to prove that it's what you're really dedicated to it, and it's not a joke.
Dude, I love pickles. I'm dedicated. I love pickles, dude. Pickles like when I was first quitting smoking cigarettes, which I'm back on the nicotine grind unfortunately, but when I was quitting the first time, I had terrible morning sickness, from withdrawals, I guess it would be. It sucked for a while, but I'd get really bad morning sickness. Also because I was stressed out. I literally had just graduated high school and I moved back to my hometown, and like on my own for the first time. So I was like, everything was really new. And also like I was living with someone who's like still a really close friend of mine today, but we were both in such weird headspaces that we were both terrible roommates. So I don't know if it was that or a factor of both or just everything. I would get terrible morning sickness. And then one day I was just like, as I woke up nauseous, I was like, a pickle. I don't know why a pickle popped in my head. I ate a pickle. Dude, I felt better immediately. Before I even swallowed the pickle, I felt better. And like every morning, it's been a ritual that I eat a slice of pickle. Every morning I wake up to this
just
day.
one slice?
One slice of pickle, that's all you need. It's got the acidity to break up all the stuff from yesterday, you know? It makes you feel like $1,000,000.
What kind of pickle?
Dill. Every other pickle, it can scram. It can beat it. There's no pickle like a dill pickle. Come on, what's there an argument? What kind of pickle do you think?
It sounds like you got yourself a nice dill right there.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you have any qualms with that? Do you prefer other pickles?
To be honest, I don't ever buy pickles.
And you got the pickle suit?
I eat cucumbers.
Yeah, but it's not like a pickle yet.
The pickle suit, I didn't even pick it out. Like my friend who I went to visit.
You're dedicated to the pickle?
It became me. Like
it became you. Well, you still don't even eat them though.
I'm vegan, so I do eat them. Like if somebody gives me a pickle or like when it's in like something in a restaurant, like I love it. I just never find myself buying them. Like when I go, I feel like maybe it's like the little neurodivergent brain, but I eat like the same sandwich every day and like that.
Man, and you don't throw a pickle on it? You gotta throw a pickle.
I'm not adverse to it.
Yeah, you gotta throw a pickle on the sandwich, or you gotta have a whole spear on the side of the sandwich.
I just never think about it. I buy the same groceries like every week.
Get a thing of spears. When you make your sandwich, triangle slice, little chips on the side. Single pickle spear. I missed my lips there. There we go.
How do you feel about black olives?
They can go fuck themselves. I fucking hate black olives. I hate every kind of olive. Olives taste weird. Olives taste like pickles if they were sitting in your grandma's attic for 2 decades. They taste like grandma.
I love olives and I love black. I don't know. I eat them like out of the jar. But it's like one of those things, I feel like I like food that nobody else likes, so I just get more of it. Like, there's not really a lot of food I don't like. I don't like grape juice though.
Really?
That's like the one thing I'm not a big fan of. Like I'll drink it, but I'm not happy about it.
I'll drink it, but I'm not too happy about it.
Actually, okay. Do you want to
just like picturing you with like a big scowl on your face as you're taking a sip of grape juice?
Do you want to know a funny story that happened on last week?
I'd love to hear it.
So my partner David, he came over and he's like, we're gonna carve some pumpkins. I'm like, cool. So we're on the phone. He's like, he went to the store and he's leaving the store and I'm like, oh, what'd you get? And he's like, oh, like I got chocolate and snacks and I got grape juice. And he already had left the store, so I was like, oh, cool. Awesome, because I was like, maybe it's just for him. And then he comes and like he's really, really happy as he pulls out this really wicked glass like skull bottle like for like wine, and then he pulls out really like nice grape juice and I'm like, oh,
damn,
nice. I was like, and he's like, oh, and then these little kids knocked on my door for candy because they, I don't know, they trust me. I mean, I'd rather be me than somebody else. But anyways.
But this wasn't Halloween, so they just like knock on your door for candy?
Yeah, they do it a lot.
When it's not Halloween?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Those kids got like the right idea. It's like, why can't it be Halloween every day?
Yeah.
You know, some houses will have candy, some houses won't. That's the risk you gotta take.
We have like
but we'll still dress up like dinosaurs and go knock on the door.
We have like a candy lady in the neighborhood, but they don't always have money. Sometimes they'll ask for money from me, but I don't really carry cash. But I'll give them candy. I'll be like, oh, I don't have money, but let me give you guys a piece of candy. Anyway, so they came to knock, and they're like, hey, like, can we have candy? I was like, yeah. So I gave them the little grandma strawberry candies, and I found little boxes of grape juice. Fillings? Yeah, little boxes of grape juice. So I gave them some, and then David, I went back inside, and he was like, what was that? Why don't I get any? And I was like, the candy? And he was like, no, like, what was that drink? And I was like, oh, like, it was just grape juice. And he was like, you don't like grape juice? And I was like, no. I still drank it, but yeah. I mean, it's not the worst.
Grape juice is just really sweet.
It's just something I wouldn't buy. Like, if it's in front of me, like, I'll suck it up. Like, it's good for me. I'll drink it.
I'll suck it up. I'll take this one on the chin. I'll drink the grape juice.
It reminds me of, like, medicine that you have to have when you're a kid and you get sick.
We're recording, right? Just making sure. Still going? Okay, yeah, I just couldn't see it. Like, my DAW, it scrolls. So I think we're fine. It's definitely still recording. It's just
we're good.
See. Yeah. It's just usually it scrolls along each cycle.
I actually got a setup now, guys, and it's gonna get better, but I need more money first.
It's gonna get even better.
Whoever wants to buy me a camera.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever buys you a camera.
Yeah.
So nobody yet, but when you do, shout out.
Yeah. For now, we're sticking with this. Anyway, so back to the topic, and if you're still here, hello. So what was your favorite song on your album?
Before I go into that, how do you feel about apple juice?
I like apple juice. I love apple juice.
My friend can't drink apple juice, and this made me rethink apple juice. I loved apple juice until he told me this. He said he can't drink apple juice because he's allergic to mold. And I was like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, they use moldy apples in apple juice. So it's like, I mean, I guess that makes sense. That's how you squeeze it out. You need like a soft, moldy apple and get the nice mold juice going. But, you know, there's something about sucking down mold juice that really kind of...
I mean, people eat cheese all the time, like moldy cheese.
Yeah, but they're wrong. My roommate was just telling me today about how she rocks with blue cheese, and she's just wrong. How do you do that?
Before I was vegan, blue cheese, like, dressing was my favorite.
But
I didn't know it was made of mold, and then I found out, but I loved it so much that I just kept eating
weird blue veins in it.
Well, I had like the dressing.
Ew. That's fair. Dressing, I can give it like a little bit more of a pass, but if you're just like, you know, hunk of blue moldy cheese with the blue penis veins in it.
My mom is like, my mom's crazy about cheese.
Really?
Like,
I do love cheese. Well, sharp cheddar cheese specifically, because I grew up in Vermont, so like there's the Cabot Creamery like right down the road from my place, and we were on the government cheese program. We got like all that.
What the hell does that mean?
We got government cheese, but it was like good government cheese. Like we had like there was like a good government cheese program. So instead of like, you know, like if you're on like welfare or something, you get like a thing of like, you know, mid craft singles or whatever at your door. Nah, we got like nice block of like aged white cheddar and like nice like whipped cream can and like a thing of milk. I think it was like every week, like every Tuesday it would come to the door.
They're like, you guys are gonna shit yourself today. Here you go.
No. Well, if you go to the wrong house, but I'll always accept that. That's a beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful thing in the world.
My mom is crazy about cheese. She's like, everybody will get her cheese for whatever holiday because it's like...
No kidding. That's dope.
It's just what she likes. And
that's dope.
Like,
I love that.
I remember, I have a memory of a few years ago, like I went in the kitchen and I saw her eating shredded cheese like out of the bag and I was like, Mom, no, like that bag started having mold in it. Like, don't eat out of it. And she was like, no, it's okay. And she was just picking the mold off and throwing it away. Still eating the cheese. She's like a very like... I'm not gonna waste anything because we're poor and these times are hard.
Yeah, I mean,
she was like, "It's not that bad. You should try some." And I was like, "I'm good. Like, I'm good."
There's definitely some poor shit that I do like that sometimes, where, like, I'll save all my condiments. Like, do you ever do that? Like, you go to like a fast food place and you like save all the condiments for like future use. I do that a lot because Taco Bell will give you like.
Oh yeah.
Here's something I like to do sometimes. So I'll buy, like, you know how you can buy, like, the bottles at Taco Bell? I like making tacos at home. I literally have stuff to make tacos right now. I can whip you up a mean taco in 5 minutes right now. If you want one. Well, actually, no. Yeah, you can have beans, you know.
Actually, tacos are so easy to make vegan.
Yeah, I know, because you just put beans in them, right?
Yeah.
Just beans and corn.
Lettuce. Beans, lettuce,
onion.
Yeah.
Sour cream. Oh wait, no, you can't even do sour cream. Damn, missing out. Sorry, sorry, animals. I like your products.
That's understandable.
Oh God, what was I gonna say?
About saving the condiments.
Oh yeah, I save condiments a lot. Recently, this week, do you know what I did?
No, I don't, because I was not here.
You did not see that then. Yeah. I ran out of toilet paper.
Oh, I was here for that.
No, you were there for that because today I ran out again. But like a week ago, I ran out of toilet paper and didn't have time to go get more. And like Walmart had already closed and all that kind of stuff, but I needed some for the house. So I went into a Wawa and like bought like, got some gas or something, what I was there for anyway. And then I went to the bathroom and I just spooled out like a huge hand roll of toilet paper and just brought it home and used that for like the next couple days until I was able to get more. So it's like crazy, huh?
Maybe we should all just do this.
I mean, like that's. I mean, if Wawa, if you're watching this, I apologize, but you can understand the conundrum I was in. You got those giant rolls too. You can spare like a couple hundred sheets.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe to get Chase some toilet paper.
Yeah, it needs $1.50. No, but okay. Anyway, sorry.
You're
Huge
good.
Tangents.
No, that's what I like. That's what I've been wanting about podcasts. Like that's what I've been wanting on my podcast.
More tangents.
Yeah.
Because then that feels natural.
I love listening to people just talk about random stuff.
That's fair. I mean, I like. Don't get me wrong, I'm a narcissist. I can talk about myself till the cows come home. I can talk about the music I've been working on forever because that's all I like to do is work on my own music. So it's like, obviously, if I'm doing it all the time, I got plenty to say about it. But like, no one really cares that much,
This is a lie.
Yeah, no, they care. I'm sure they care a little. They want to hear like, oh yeah, album's out, go listen to it, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. And maybe couple interesting things here, like, oh, I used this sound effect. I used the door closing at Walmart for the kick drum on this song, or whatever. They like to hear that.
That's so funny because the doors closing at Walmart don't even make sound.
Well, they might like a little bit.
Like,
it's a little nice kick drum. I don't know. But
that was hilarious. There's a guy laughing out.
Oh yeah, I forgot the window's open.
That's okay.
So everyone's hearing the podcast. These are our first listeners.
Yeah.
Before it came out.
I think we're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they rocking with us. They really rocking with us.
My favorite songs on your album, it was Comfort Teddy, I think that was the name.
Yeah, Pony was on that one.
And Dirt.
And Dirt, okay, yeah. I screwed up the mix when I put out this single for Dirt. The drums are way too loud. I fixed it for the album. The album version sounds good, but like I'm honestly, I'm not sure if I should take that off Spotify, just the single, because just the drums are so loud. So I don't
like loud drums.
Yeah, but it's like they're like piercing. They like cut through all the instruments. It's like the song Yeah, Usher, Yeah. Yeah. If you listen to that song now, have you noticed the triangle yet? The triangle in Yeah is so loud, and it repeats every bar. And there's a great video about that some dude did where he just amplified the triangle like really loud. So like every 2 bars, it's just suffocating with triangle. And if you go back and listen to that song right now, I'm sure some people have found that out by now. But if you go back and listen and you're like, think triangle, you're like, oh, this song is ruined for me now. It was like,
everybody go listen to Yeah by Usher and come back and tell us what you think.
It's just every 2 bars, like without fail, it just will mad disrupt the song. And you can't get down in the club anymore if like there's a triangle just like blowing your eardrums out. It's crazy.
Everybody go listen to that.
Everyone go listen to Yeah by Usher.
About how your life is
just
not ever the same.
Yeah, no. No Chuck E. Cheese birthday party will be the same now that you have to listen to that chingly-dingly-ding every 2 bars of Usher's Yeah. But
did you hear they're taking the animatronics out of Chuck E. Cheese? I almost said CVS.
CVS. The CVS animatronics band. They're just like I don't know. They're just like animatronic pills.
Get your flu shot.
They're just like pills with arms and legs. That'd be dope. Just a little chubby Viagra in the back, keeping the beat on the drums.
That'd make me feel better about going to pick up my antidepressants. It'd be like, we love being happy, take your meds. Oh, like making songs.
Then you know, there's no need for that. You just need to go once a week for that, and you're like, do I really need this?
I just sit there and I'm like, yeah, do it again.
Encore, you know, hit us again. You can tell this is going well because I'm sitting comfortably. This is how I like. Normally I'm just like, all right, so like stoic podcast mode. Hi. But then, you know, I kick back right here. How's your day? That's how you know that I'm into it. We're doing all right. But anyhow, I appreciate the kind words on the record. I think Comfort Teddy was like, Dirt and Comfort Teddy were like the first two songs that I wrote for that record that I was like determined the direction.
I was really emotional earlier, and I was like so anxious before leaving my house, and I was just trying to like do things and get everything together, but I had the album playing in the background, like get myself in the mood, get my brain like in it, and then I didn't like Comfort Teddy was playing and I just start crying. I was like, it just made me, it was just one of those songs that's like, damn, like I would
shit. I'm sorry you cried.
No, crying's great.
But I'm happy it pulled that out of you.
I feel better crying. And then it's like, wow.
I got a problem with crying. My thing is like, I wish I could cry more. Because like, the thing is like, I will want to cry probably once a week. And I just can't. It won't come out. And then like, every 3 months, then something really fucked up happens. And then something like that probably wouldn't have made me cry in the first place, but it's just in tandem with everything else will send it out like a rocket.
Yeah.
And that was literally the moment I dropped the album. Like literally the moment I pressed on Bandcamp, it was already out everywhere else. And the moment I pressed publish on Bandcamp, I broke down harder than I've broken down in probably a year. And that was really rough because it was right after like my grandfather passed 2 days beforehand, and I had been stressing about the record so hard, and I'd been obsessing over the record so hard that I feel like I was a little neglectful of my girlfriend, like Lizzie. Like I feel like I was she was almost kind of taking a back seat for a second because I was so wrapped up in the record. And also I go to school full time and I work full time. So my time was just stretched so thin that she was like, I just feel like, you know, we don't spend enough time together. And I was like, you're absolutely right. And I felt really, really bad. And the moment I pressed it's out, I just broke the hell down. And it was good. I feel really good right now. I like now that it's out, I'm happy that it's out. People really like it. I've gotten some very kind words from people, and that just makes me really happy. Streaming numbers, you know, not great, but better than most.
This right now. After this. Go ahead. Finish the podcast first. Then after it, go listen.
Go ahead. I give you permission to listen to my album.
Where can everybody stream your stuff?
Everywhere you want. Hell, even Deezer. It's even on Pandora. It's on Spotify. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp. It's not on SoundCloud. But that's like fine. I don't know. Unless you want to hear it on SoundCloud, and then I'll do it for you. I'll put it on SoundCloud just for you.
If you need it on SoundCloud, just write a comment.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's out anywhere you listen to music, you know. And there's CDs and tapes coming soon if you like analog things.
If you had to, like, tell somebody a certain situation to listen to your album in, like, what would you want them to be doing? Or feeling?
Shit, riding a bike. Because honestly, like, a big thought process of a lot of what influenced this record was music that I listened to riding my bike before I got my first car. I was biking everywhere. I was biking, I think, like 8 miles to work and back. Like 8 miles there, 8 miles back every day. And then I would just bike for fun. I'd bike to record stores, bike to shows, bike to friends' houses. So I'd bike everywhere. And one of the biggest, like, nicest feelings is listening to music that's, like, really melancholic while riding a bike and you got the wind in your hair. It's like, so I was listening to a lot of, you know, slowcore artists, and I was listening to a lot of, like, singer-songwriter adjacent indie artists. So, like, a lot of the record, I think, was inspired by, like, Bedhead Acetone, Alex G, Horse Jumper of Love, and then like Florist, a lot of stuff like that. Wilco was a big influence, Yola Tango. So like stuff like that, and then like subtle. I was listening to a lot of like electronic stuff too when I was riding my bike. So a lot of Bjork, Dentel, Finesse, Mouse on Mars, Boards of Canada, stuff like that. Also, not as much of an influence on this record as much as it was on the last record, but it's still there. There's some washes of ambient stuff and pretty ear tickling noises and stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff was really pivotal. So like shit, if I felt really good listening to that riding a bike, and that's what inspired this record the most, put it on and go ride a bike. I think it might suit you well.
I don't have a bike.
Buy a bike.
I don't have anywhere to put the
also like patented bike, like Bored Operator bikes for this.
Oh my god.
Little 6-gear bicycles that.
What made you come up with the name Bored Operator?
It was another stream of consciousness thing, like Life of a Dustmite. Same thing. I was during the pandemic, and I already had about 5 songs for the first record recorded, and I was just always thinking about like what this project is, and I was just like hating work, and much like this album being based on dissatisfaction and feeling kind of like a robot doing my job, just kind of like basically like something that anybody could do, and it feels like I'm not providing anything to myself or anything that makes me feel good. I'm just coming here every day just to be here, and it's just like everything turns off and I'm just become a robot for 8 hours, and like myself is gone. The word Bored Operator just kind of popped into my mind because I felt like emotionally bored. I felt emotionally bored. I felt emotionally exhausted at the time, but also emotionally bored. I felt like I both was feeling incredibly upset at the time, but also I was feeling like incredibly absent of anything. Like I was just feeling like this is just it. I bike to work, and I work, and I bike home, and I just sit. I work on music, but everything else is just it's motions. I'm sick of motions. So I felt like bored, but also I felt like a bored operator, like like an actual board operator. So I felt like I was just kind of like manufacturing, orchestrating shit, but I was also mixing at home, so there was like board operating. I had pedal board on my bed. Yeah. I was like twiddling knobs. So it's kind of like a pun. It's stupid. It's a pun.
I always imagine.
I kind of hate. I always had like a weird love-hate relationship with the name. Like,
I love it.
Okay, that's good.
I imagine like somebody who's doing like a customer service job where like they have to talk on the phone. They're like, I always imagine one of the older phones, like the little, what do you call it?
The cord phones. Yeah. Like the curly Q.
Yeah, and they're like sitting there like, and their eyes are like all like darkened.
Yeah, and glazed over.
Yeah.
They're balding, even though they're 25. They just got that big old. Oh, speaking of which, I'll put myself on blast right here.
Oh shit!
I got a widow's peak. See?
I don't know what a widow's peak is.
It's the weird. It's like my hairline's a little goofy.
Oh, who cares?
I don't know. I do. That's why I have bangs. I can't have my hairline showing. Although, also I think I look cute with bangs. So.
I have a weird ass shaped head. Like.
Weird ass shaped head? I think your head's very head shaped.
Well, that's because I have longer hair.
What? You really, like, when you had shorter hair, you thought you had weirder?
Yeah, I've had a pixie cut at one time. And
I remember pixie cut. I didn't know you, but I've seen photos.
Yeah. I don't know. I have, like, an egg head. I have a brain malformation, so I feel like it makes this part of my head bigger in the back, so my hair will not be a pixie cut again.
Really? You got funky brain?
Yeah, I do.
Funky brain?
I have Chiari malformation.
Huh. Interesting. The more you know. I have a... vape.
Oh, nice. The bottom part of my brain basically pushes against like my spine, and it keeps it will keep growing forever. And then if it gets to a point it's so bad they'll have to take out some pieces of my skull.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's kind of fucking dope. That's so stupid, but that's kind of like dope.
Yeah, like, I'm just so smart.
Yeah. It just keeps growing.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do with
it's
this
a big ass brain. So like, yeah, it'll just keep growing.
If you got migraines, I feel you.
Yeah.
I have other brain issues too, but we won't get it.
Do you get like really bad migraines?
Yeah, I have to take like it's like the list price without insurance is like around $2,000. Every month I take an injection, but I don't pay. I pay like $22, but.
Okay, that ain't bad.
Yeah, but like if I didn't have insurance, but it saved my life. Like I'm non-functional without it.
Damn. I haven't had insurance in years. I haven't had insurance since I was 17.
I have to like.
That's fair.
I mean,
I just literally have asthma, so it's like I found like a bunch. Like I did a lot of research on like the best coupons to use month by month. So I only pay about $17 a month for like my inhalers, which is not bad.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
No.
But like, you know, without them, I think they're $45 a piece or something.
I have a piece of glass in my head. I have 2 pieces of glass in my head from my accident. Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, from your.
You can see it. I think.
No kidding. Wow.
And then there's
Are
one
they gonna
that's
like come out? Like,
no, well
over
they
time?
said maybe it'll come out, but they cannot be surgically removed because it's too risky. Like if it could be really easily messed up, and like I could lose control over like my arm or something, or just like something random could just stop. So they won't. Nobody will take it out. I've seen like a lot of people.
That's crazy.
So if I don't take this injection, I die. Anyways.
My dad actually got into a really bad motorcycle accident when he was younger, and he had like glass all in his arms.
Yeah.
And like he said, like over like the course of a year, when he would take showers, sometimes a piece of glass would pop out of his arm.
I had glass, like my whole face right here was covered in like scratches and glass, and it would keep coming out. But now these 2 are just stuck. One's here and then one's farther back in the brain.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
I think I am.
I think you're here. I think you're here. We're going to rock out in my new.
I just got to a point I was like, damn, I can't do everything. I can't even die right. Like, I'm gotta just stay here. Now I have a podcast.
Yeah, now you got a podcast, and we be rocking out. You haven't really said much about it, but me and Null are in a band together. But
we don't know the name of the band. I think
I like
Benadryl Cocktail.
I think that's a dope name, Benadryl Cocktail. You guys can vote if that's a good name or not.
I don't think I'm gonna have enough money to move for a while, so I'm here.
Fair enough. I mean, we don't really have a ton of time to practice ever, but like, you know, once a month.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, we'll be out there playing shows. You guys will see us.
I live
eventually.
far away from everybody.
Yeah, but you know, shit, we'll make it happen. And also, I'm playing a show in Lakeland in October.
What?
Wait, no, not October. In December.
Huh.
Yeah, come out. And
Yeah.
it's weird. It's like
I'll
I'm
be
playing
there.
like a cafe with the dudes in Storage Unit Music and Warm Frames. We're all doing like free jazz sets. So I'm gonna be doing like this free improvisational noise jazz set with Will from
Where is
Warm
it?
Frames. I can't remember. I'll let you know.
We'll put the flyer.
Yeah. There's no
somewhere.
flyer
Oh.
yet, but there will be.
I'll put it on my story.
Yeah. But if we're also plugging shows, I also have a show at Hooch and Hive on November 3rd.
What town's that in?
Tampa. That's in
Florida.
Tampa. In Tampa, Florida, on November 3rd, I'm playing with Kick Veronica, Warm Frames, and Super Bitch, which for this show they want to go under the name Traumagachi, which is a dope name. I don't know if it's a side project or if they're changing their name or whatever it is, or like just some weird secret alias thingy. But regardless, I'm here for it. I didn't ask questions. They just wanted me to put it on the flyer, so I put it on the flyer.
So you have a flyer?
This one has a flyer.
It's gonna be right here.
It's gonna be right. It might be. I don't know. I don't have the full details yet. So it's literally like, we'll still put up the flyer.
If I don't have the flyer right here by the time I edit this,
there will be a flyer up here. It just might not be the correct flyer.
Okay.
It will be that date, but there's no time and there's no price.
Okay, everything's still going.
So it'll probably still cost. It'll cost money and it will be at a time.
Okay.
So, but just TBA. Could be $4. Could be $4 billion to get in.
Are there any other shows you have coming up that you want to talk about with
Just
any of
those
your
two.
Projects?
Just those two.
Oh, what project is the one at Hooch and Hive?
Oh, that's Piss Girl.
Okay. So
One of my last Piss Girl shows. I'm probably gonna stop doing Piss Girl once our project gets off the ground and once my Screamo band gets off the ground, which that's very exciting. Already has like a little bit of label attention. There's gonna be an EP coming out on somewhat soon. I'm gonna be on a Appendage Records compilation starting off. That's gonna be really cool. So there's a lot of promise there, and I'm excited to really hit the ground running once I get out of school doing that. So once I get out of school, I'll be everywhere. I'll have enough money to tour too, so I'll probably be touring. So if you're seeing this out of state, I might come to your town next year.
You should go to Brazil.
I'll finally be the first one to come to Brazil. I gotta. That's a mission statement of mine. Like, you know, I'll finally come to Brazil. I'm sure not that they really would want me there. I don't know. Maybe they will.
There's got to be like one person from Brazil watching this.
There's got to be. I wonder if there's been anybody from Brazil that's ever listened to my music, because on the little Spotify like artist page you can see what countries people listen to music in, and I don't know if I ever saw one from Brazil, but there's some weird countries and I'm like, damn, motherfuckers in Indonesia listening to my music, shout out. Apparently you know Novelly, the local band?
Actually, I don't.
Okay,
but now I do.
They're doing really well for themselves. I'm really proud of them. They just started their first like actual like countrywide tour.
Damn!
Today. I saw them on Sunday play their last in-state show. They did one in Orlando yesterday, and I think they're going out of state now.
Wow.
So happy for them. They got some good eyes on them too, but I think they showed me they posted on their story or something like a couple months ago, like their top listeners were completely out of the state. Like there was like, it was like, I can't remember. It might have been like Germany or something. They were like, damn, everyone in Germany rocking with us right now. They had like a ton of streams from like Germany or something.
Wow.
I can't remember, but it was something like that.
So before we go, you should talk about your other projects.
I guess. They're not really active right now, most of them. Well, Piss Girl...
Anything you want to shout out.
Okay, I guess I'll shout out some things. I am the drummer for emo post-rock band Gensu. We are somewhat active. We don't have any shows currently, but I was just talking to Justin before we started about one that we might have coming up. I'm sure there'll be more to come as well. Piss Girl is probably winding down, so if you want to go see that, now would be the time. I'm not going to be doing too many shows for that in the future. I have this one, so come out to this one.
What kind of music is that?
That's it's like industrial, no wave. It's just me. Like, I don't know if it catches on camera, but there's a keyboard over there that I loop live drums with, and I loop it, and we'll sometimes play like a really angular synth part, and then I'll just play like, I have this weird guitar in the corner. Actually, I'll go grab this because this is kind of cool. This is specifically the Piss Girl guitar. It has a bunch of My Little Pony stickers on one side, and then a bunch of like hardcore and crust punk and screamo stickers on the other side with a slit wrist distro sticker. And the weird thing about this guitar, besides the fact that there's a pickup caving in and there's no pickup switch that got busted off during one of my sets, and also that there's absolutely tons of cracks all over the body, there is also, I string these two strings, the two highest strings, reverse. I like swap where they come in to where they get like tuned up at the headstock. So it sounds like this. It sounds really weird. It's like, it does like this ring modulated thing when you like run it through distortion, and I have that very specifically, so there's like, I'm always strumming those two strings with everything I play, so it gives it this really strong metallic grinding metal noise. So I think that's kind of cool. That's one unique thing about Piss Girl as well.
Sorry, I had a piece of hair in my mouth.
That's
fighting
fine.
for my life.
Neither
to get
one
it
of
out.
us are in the frame right now. But now we're back.
That's a cool guitar.
Hell yeah, it's all right. I like that guitar.
I was making sure you had a Rainbow Dash sticker on there.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't, I was about to be pissed the fuck off.
There's two. There's two. There's one on the headstock too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Rainbow Dash. But regardless, so there's that project, Gensu. Mainly just listen to the new album and keep an eye out for Agile, which is the screamo project. That's like, not like, you know, like MySpace screamo, not like mallcore screamo. It's like Seisha, Orchid, Page 99. They're really like aggro hardcore stuff, but it's also got like pretty guitar melodies and very emotionally dejected lyrics. That's going to be very fun. I'm very excited for that. But mainly just for now, Life of a Dustmite out everywhere. Tapes and CDs coming soon. I'll be making all the CDs. My friend Curtis will be making all the tapes for Almond Records. It's going to be 2 variants. We're going to be doing a lot of homemade packaging for it. They're going to look really cool. So keep your eye out for all that stuff. And yeah, just thanks for listening. Thanks for having me, Null.
What's your social medias?
Oh, Bored Operator. Bored_operator.
And for the other bands, do you want to plug anything?
Sure. Gensu. Just Gensu. Oh,
J or G?
It's with a J. JENSU.
I'll also put
band.
I'll write it right here.
I think it's just Gensu_band.
And if you're an audio listener, then good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
I'll put it in the description.
Maybe you'll know how to spell these. And then there is a... Oh, my goodness. My phone's going crazy.
Was that Markiplier?
That was Markiplier. No, it wasn't Markiplier. I don't know who that was, but it wasn't Markiplier.
I don't have my glasses on. It looked like Markiplier playing guitar.
That'd be sick. I want to hear him do that. Do you remember when Markiplier was sick in the hospital?
No. I don't.
This happened when I was like a kid and I watched Markiplier. There was like a couple weeks where he was like in the hospital and he was just like, hey guys, I'm in the hospital. And he would take like these videos and he would just be like IVs going through him and everything. I don't know why it's so funny. My mom brought me chicken soup. There's chicken soup, and it would be like video of him ladling chicken soup. I don't know. It was a good time. He had to be there. Markiplier was straight dying for a minute. It's hilarious.
Just like, this is top comedy. Like
This was top tier shit. This was him at his best.
Markiplier, if you're watching this, you should go to the hospital again. Your old fans might come.
That'd be so funny, dude. That'd have me rolling. Anyway, so Bored Operator, Bored_operator, Gensu, JENSU, Gensu_band, and Agile is agile.core. Those are the 4 that I guess. Look, was that 3 or 4? That was 3. Look out for those 3. Because there's gonna be cool stuff coming down the line. New Agile EP. Debut EP coming soon. Same with Gensu. I literally tracked all my drums for that. That should be coming out maybe in a month or 2, something like that.
How many instruments do you play?
Most.
That's
most
crazy
of them,
to me.
I've been playing drums my whole life, and I picked up guitar when I was 15. So I'm definitely better at drums than I am guitar, but I like playing guitar more because I can write songs. You can't really write too many. You can't really like write songs on a drum kit too well.
See, I feel like that's a perk. Like I can only play drums. I'm trying to learn Ableton, like more electronic stuff. But
and it goes hard. What you showed me goes hard.
People never have to like. Because I feel like when there's people who play multiple instruments, like everybody wants to be the guitarist and like nobody wants to. Like I'm the drummer. That's it. Like
that's fair.
I might be mediocre at best, but hey, I'm solid. Like
fine.
Like I'm stable. I'm gonna stay right there in my position. I'm happy right there.
I mean, I'm happy that I'm multifaceted. If you need a bassist, I can be your bassist. If you need a drummer, I can be your drummer. But right now, I'm trying to limit my projects because there's so much that
you have a
I
lot
do.
Going on.
That I want to just keep it focused on the stuff that I care about, which is basically just Gensu, Agile, and Bored Operator. Bored Operator is like the main focus of like everything. It's like I do everything in that. And then Agile, right now I do everything, but I have a full band now. So once the EP's out, we're all going to learn those together, those songs that I wrote together. And then we're just going to write as a group. In a band, I don't want to be the lead songwriter or anything. I like just getting in a room with some friends and seeing what comes out of it.
Is there anything you want to say to these tiny little people listening in the tiny little laptop
guys.
phone TVs?
Hi little guys, how you doing?
You should like caption you should transcribe it for the audio listeners. Like, what are you doing?
I'm waving very tinily, like I'm waving at a tiny baby. Oh, look at you. Aren't you so cute?
Oh, good.
Hi. Wait. Oh, I got something for you. Oh, you like these? You like them? Huh? Yeah, some ASMR for you. Keys. You guys like keys? There you go. All right. Woo!
This is fun. Is there
fun.
anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, no.
This is Chase from Bored Operator and like 600 other projects. I don't know how they do all that.
I don't. I just kind of shut down.
Eh.
I mean,
We
it's
have
fun.
to go because we have to go to band practice for the band that is not named
Time to rock
officially
out.
yet. Maybe we'll come up with a name today.
I think we already have it. It's
I
just we
like
all
it.
gotta agree with it.
I am down.
Because I like that name. I mean, obviously I came up with it, so I'm biased.
Shout out to Sierra and Jeremy who are
Yeah.
waiting for us.
Yeah, sorry guys. It is currently 6:30, so
Oh shit.
yeah, so we gotta get a move on.
Well, it was nice hanging out with you guys.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for lending your consciousness and your time. Time is a very valuable resource because
Yeah.
you cannot get it back.
I can't believe you literally just wasted that much of your free time doing this. Really? Of all things, you watched us. Thanks, I guess.
You're gonna make them go away.
Sorry. No, this was a good idea for you. This is good thinking. This was a good hour you spent. Has this been an hour?
Yep.
Been jam. Okay, well, good hour you guys spent. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. This is Null in the Void. If you liked it, I don't know, say something about it. Do something about it. You won't.
What are you gonna do?
You won't.
You won't do it.
Well.
Loser.
Did I stop it?
What? You just take it off.
Oh my god. When did it say low battery? Please tell me it wasn't.
Oh, it did fine.
No. No, Chase. Chase.
What?
You're gonna be pissed off. Oh wait, no, it's here. I thought it didn't record. I was so
Wait,
mad.
how much? Wait, let me see how much
it recorded.
time.
It recorded an hour and 3 minutes.
Oh, no kidding.
No, at first it only showed me the clip that was 1 minute long, and I was so pissed off.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. Good.
I would have uploaded
I think we look good in this. We look good. We look fine. Oh, you can see all my records in the
Yeah.
background. That's nice.
Okay, this was nice. Now I'll